You can see right here I have a thermometer, and it's going to tell us the measurement of the kinetic energy of the air, and it comes in Celsius and Fahrenheit. So it comes in Kelvin, and you can see the temperature starting to rise up because it's filled with mercury or alcohol. And also the line of where the line stops is called the meniscus. Right now it says 84, but it's supposed to be 88 today. High of the day is called the maximum temperature, maximum thermometer. The miniature temperature is when it goes down to 60. The low of the day is called the miniature temp. And to get the average, if today's high was 90 degrees and the low was 60, you put it in between, so about 77 degrees. That's what the pool temperature would be. You can see here's the heat index. You can see you factor in the temperature and the relative humidity. So if it's 90 degrees out and 60% humid, it's actually 100 degrees out, which is in the caution zone because it's 10 degrees hotter than the temperature because of the you factor in the humidity. But if it's 100 degrees and 80% humidity, it's above the chart. It's over 140 degrees. That's extreme danger. You don't even want to be out there. That's not that common. Now you can see the hottest it ever was 100 degrees with 65% humidity. You can see here's the wind chart. If you factor in the wind speed and the temperature, this is similar to the heat index, but you can factor in wind speed instead of the humidity. So say if it's about 30 degrees and a 40-mile-per-hour wind, you could see it's going to be about 13 degrees. So it's about 30 minutes before you get frostbite. But if you could see, if you live in Minnesota and you get negative 10 degrees and 55 degrees, it's negative 46. So it takes 10 minutes for frostbite to occur. And I don't know where this is, maybe in Mount Washington. If it's negative 45 and 60-mile-per-hour winds, you get negative 98 degrees. That's insane. So you get 5 minutes or less before frostbite occurs. You don't even want to be outside. Okay, we're going to be talking about hydroscopic water seeking nuclei. It's when common food items such as cereals, crackers, and salt, they are hydroscopic. When they are exposed to the humid air, quickly absorb moisture and get stale quickly. So we're going to show you. You can see they mix the salt and they put rice in it. You can see they mix the salt and the rice together. You can see there's some salt and rice grains in here. Okay, the rice keeps the salt from getting moist. You can see the crackers get all soggy from the sea spray or the ocean spray. That's called hydroscopic nuclei, water seeker. We're in the sauna right here. We're going to add more humidity and steam to the room. Check that out. Okay, it's too hot in here. I gotta get out of here. Humidity is the moisture in the air, and also you can tell by your hair shrinks. It's called a hair hydrometer. So you can test this out at home. Your hair shrinks when it gets wet. Okay, we're right here, and you can see your hair shrinks when it gets warm. And also right now we're getting some dry air, so that causes your skin to get chapped. You get peeling skin. And you also I get bloody noses usually, and also it creates fire dangers when there's low humidity and strong winds. It causes fire dangers, and also in Arizona it creates haboobs, dust storms. Here's a scale on the dew point. You could see if it's 55 degrees, the dew point 55 degrees or less, it's pleasant. 66 to 70 is uncomfortable. 71 to 75 is oppressive, and 76 plus is soupy and miserable. You do not want to be outside. It's like a rainforest outside. You could see the dew point is the absolute measure of how much moisture is in the air. You could see the dew point in this jar is much more humid than in A, because you could see the dew point is 74 because the temperature is much higher, so it could hold more relative humidity. But this one you could see it's all the way filled. You'd think it's more humid, but it only has 55 degrees, so it can't hold as much moisture. So the dew point is 55, as this one's 74. Right here, there would be the condensation would be much more in this one because the temperature is closer to the humidity. So as soon as 55 drops down to 50, it'll start to condense, but there's more dew point in this one. With the sweltering humidity, it's going to feel oppressive tonight. It's so humid in here, it feels like you're in Rio de Janeiro. You're in like the rainforest right here with all the trees and the humidity. It's not going away. It's like a greenhouse effect. In the daytime, the sun comes out. Humidity is not as bad, but then at night it stays at 90 degrees humidity. It's going to feel oppressive. It's going to feel like 95 degrees when you go to bed. Okay, you can see I just woke up and you can see the... Hello everybody, good morning. I'm Alec Heflin, and you're wondering, how do I have all this energy at 6 in the morning? I got up early special this morning to show you how insanely soupy and miserable and sticky it is outside. You can see the windows. Look at this. The cool air conditioning inside and outside. The rain, and it just stays in the air, and windows get all fogged up. Look at this. This is insane. The windows. We're going to show you an experiment to see how sticky in the dew point is, so how cold it needs to be for humidity to form right here. It's so oppressively humid that I can't even do the experiment, which is very unbelievable. Like, as soon as like that, that's when the glass gets condensation, so I have to bring the glass out right away and show it to you because I can't even start adding ice. That's how humid it's then. 74 degrees, that's how humid it is. Soon we'll be back in about a few hours to try this again when it actually works in the afternoon. You could see that, look at that. Here's a close-up view of the glass getting all sweaty and condensation. That's called the dew point, and that means how humid the air has to be before the air gets humid. Currently the temperature, it should be about 75 degrees. Let's check it out. Here I have the ice cubes, so we're gonna keep adding ice cubes and then stirring it until the condensation, the droplets form. You slowly put it in. It's starting to form a tiny bit, as you could see right there. Okay, you could see it's about 68 degrees, and it's starting to form a little bit of condensation. You could see we'll stir the ice around some more, because I don't think we're going to need much more ice. You could see it's starting to form up a lot more now. Wow, it's starting to get really foggy in there now. Can't even see the thermometer in there. You go like that with a napkin, and you could see the dew point and the humidity feels like 60 to 70. Also left the sponge on. You could see it's a little bit wet as I squeeze it. Look, you can see all that water coming out. That's how saturated the air is. You can see right here in the bottle of the water, you can see the bottle's capped off, so all the water is rising up to the top, and it's freezing right there and causing condensation right there. Look at those bubbles right there. We're again the bath steamy shower running because we're gonna make some humidity. Right now it's at 48%. Okay, we got the hot steamy water on all the way to the hot side. You can see the humidity is gonna go up now. 2 minutes later, and now it's at 50%. Okay, 1 minute later, and I'm already sweating in here. You could start to see some fog occurring now under the light. Okay, 3:22, it jumped up to 60%, and you could see everything's starting to get fogged up now. You can barely see me now. 65% now in the same minute. 69% now at 3:23. Okay, now basically everything is gone now. You can barely see me. I'm gonna keep it going a little bit more. It just jumped up to 74% now. Now my arms are sweating, and I don't know if you can see, but I'm sweating like a dog now. Uh-oh, my weather station's getting all wet from the condensation. I better take it out in a minute or two. Now it's at 80% humidity. You can barely see me now. Holy cow. I don't want to damage my weather station by doing that. 83% now at 3:25. You can see the table is all wet now, the counter and the sinks and everything. Woo! It's sweating in here. Here's a tracker of the time, the temperature, and the humidity at 3:18. It started at 73 degrees, 48%. 3:25, I took it out at 83% because my weather station was starting to get condensation. The paper's all not even straight now. It's all wet. Okay, already 10 minutes went by, and you could see it went from 81% to 62%, but it took only 7% to get the humidity in. Now it's taking double the time to get the humidity back to normal. Got some gloves right here because this could be dangerous. You see it right there? Look at that. Oh, I put too much rice. Okay. Oh, I poured too much again. Okay, I don't know what I'm saying.